Show me the money!
Big red lips and long blonde hair. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Boom. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond. Oh. There you go. Take two. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Wednesday. It is a wacky Wednesday, October 26th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to that wacky Wednesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tackling that. Oh my God, losing track here. Hang on a second here. All right, let's take number 3. How about we do this again? All right, welcome to the Raymond Report. My name is Ron Raymond. Today it is a Wednesday, October 26th. Hope you guys are having yourself a good start to your wacky Wednesday. Maybe it's all this wackiness that is throwing me right off. Today's podcast is brought to you by your friends right here at bballpicks.com. Sign up today and follow the top pickers each and every day right here at bballpicks.com, hockeypicks.com. You can follow the top hockey pickers each and every day by going to hockeypicks.com and parlaycalculator.com. You want to sign up today, or you don't even have to sign up. It's a free website. What you want to do is go to the website and you put in your parlay, and I'm going to do that right now. So let me just get my keyboard out, show you guys my parlay of the day. So what you want to do is put in, say, 110, and then you put in minus 125, then you put in a 150 and a 170, and then you calculate that parlay, and you can see it pays out $554.89. And you can use the parlay calculator each and every day right here at parlaycalculator.com. All right, struggling here on a wacky Wednesday. Been busy all morning doing videos, doing things, so a little bit thrown off with all the excitement going on in the office here this morning. That's why I got a little bit thrown off here this morning. But hopefully we bring you a good winners today.
I want winners.
And hopefully you guys are having yourself a good start to your wacky Wednesday. Welcome to the show. My name is Ron Raymond, a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. It's a nice day here in the nation's capital. In fact, it is, let me see, we're 14 degrees. Yeah, for October 26th, 14 degrees. That's not too bad here in Ottawa, but hang on a while because in the next couple of days, it's going to get a little cooler, and I think it's going to get cooler everywhere. Upper state New York and in Canada, and winter is here, and golf season. If you're a golfer, you better get those last rounds in very shortly because the end is near for golf season, especially here in Canada. Maybe not in Florida or in California, but hopefully you guys are golfers. All right, I see the bullpen is stumbling, tumbling, and rumbling into the bullpen. There's F, first one in. Good morning, F. And morning, everyone. How about those Suns, folks? We have some winners here last night. The Flames, yeah, Calgary, nice pick. The Knights, Vegas, baby. The Bruins, Wild, Kraken, and Suns. Coach plus Discord equals winning combination, says F. Isaiah Moore's in the house. Good morning, Isaiah. Yeah, Isaiah must be happy. Is Minnesota Wild. You know, I had the Canadians last night at plus 1.5 goals. And when I saw the line yesterday, I said, why is Minnesota favorite? 1-4 team, going to Montreal. Normally, Montreal is a tough place to play for the visitors. Good crowd. But the bookmakers must have known something because, the Minnesota Wild. And don't you hate that when you have the puck line, they score like 10 seconds left in an empty net? Hate that empty netter. But it is what it is. And Mitchell Watson is in the house. Good morning, Mitchell. And let me see here. Good morning, you two. Good morning, Coach. Halliday Anderson is in the house. Good morning, Halliday. Good morning, crew. And let me see here. Isaiah, congrats to your Wild. Never heard of them, says Isaiah. The Flames. Never heard of them. Yeah, Calgary looked pretty good last night. Pittsburgh's an old team. There's going to be days where Pittsburgh's going to look like a good team, and then nights like last night, they're going to look like an old team, right? Bad for me. Glad we had winners, says Pele J. Pele J is in the house. All right. Got a good show lined up for you guys here this morning. Don't forget, you can be a member of the ATS Stats Bullpen, and I will be posting picks. I forgot to post the picks yesterday. Probably a good thing because I went 0-2. I didn't have any premium picks. We're going through a little of a cycle right now. We're underdogs, right? Underdogs?
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
Yeah, underdogs are doing pretty good right now, so if you're betting underdogs, you're smiling like a butcher's dog. but I'll be looking at these cycles, and I did a little bit of a analysis this morning. I'm going to show you guys something that a little bit of a Ron's rant type thing, a little betting tip, which I picked up doing the Rain Report, and I think it's going to help you with your handicapping. But we do have a good show lined up here today. We're going to talk about the fundamentals, the EDDs, as I say, and the top commandments of sports betting. A free horse racing pick of the day. Today's track is Keeneland track in Kentucky. And then we're going to do a bit of a market watch, the SBI. We'll do NBA preview, NHL preview, and then we'll finish it off with some fun facts.
We're talking about practice.
80% Club. Yeah, we'll talk about the 80% Club, and you can find that. Oh, there she is. There's my good friend Gloria K is in the house.
Put that coffee down.
Gloria K is a closer, and welcome to the show, Gloria K. Hope you're doing well. And 10 games over 500, perhaps we see a new drawing. Says F to Isaiah. If we get a 500 record, I'll wear the hat. Bad for me. Glad we had winners. Yeah. All right, let's get on with the show. And as always, let's go do our EDDs, our everyday drills, and let's get to the golden rules of sports betting. Yep, the golden rules of sports betting. And each and every day we talk about value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and a money management system. And you can follow the Rain Report each and every day right here at atsstats.com. And when you are doing your picks, always remember, do I have value in my pick? Is the percentage play in my favor or the bookmaker's favor? Are the performance cycles lining up? Dot the I's, cross the T's type thing. Player availability, right? Player availability. We don't, obviously it sucks for the person who's injured, but it doesn't really help the bettors because we need to know who's available to play, who's available that we can bet on in the lineup, and a money management system. You want to use a discipline. I'll get to that in just a few minutes on how to manage your money when it comes to sports betting. Today during the show, you're going to hear me talk about A, B, and C type teams in the Rain Report. A-type teams are teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. B-type teams are 50 to 59.9. And C-type teams, 49.9 or lower. Those are C-type teams. And you know the rules of C-type teams, right?
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never, never.
Why not?
Against the rule?
Against the rules. I was working on an old painting over the summer, revised it from 2013. Not a whole lot of art for me these days, says Isaiah. And morning all. There's Brent Vianney. How you doing there, Brent? And so also today during the show, you're going to hear me talk about teams that are bullish, neutral, and bearish. And I'll get to that in the SBI section. The top 10 sports betting rules. These are my top 10 commandments of sports betting. Rule number 1, thou shalt not bet big money on C-type teams in the Rain Report.
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never, never.
Why not?
Against the rules.
Never lay points, take the points, or bet the money line or the over-under, especially right now with the underdogs coming. You want to take those points. Create your own number. It's your number against the bookmaker's number. Always remember that. It's not the Bills against the Chiefs. It's not the Suns against the Nets. It's your number against the bookmaker's number. And always make sure your number is a little bit sharper than theirs. Follow a disciplined money management system. Don't always bet the same amount on each game. Have two mindsets, right? That I always talk about. You got to have your beer and pizza money and the grand salami pick, right? The one you want to go all gusto in. All right, never force a pick because you need action on a game.
No, you don't do that.
Nope. Never chase a losing bet on a bad day. Bet with your wallet, not your heart. And that's probably a good lesson for Monday Night Football, right? You had a bad weekend of college football, NFL, CFL, NHL, NBA. You don't want to use that Monday night game to chase, especially if you had New England, right? You don't want that.
The Bears are what we thought they were.
Yeah, they were who we thought they were. Yeah, the Bears who we thought they were on Monday night, and sure enough, they went out there to Foxborough and got that win. NHL home favorites coming off a 1-goal loss since 2011, 60%, so keep an eye out on that. Never bet against A-type teams who are bullish at home. Yep, you don't do that.
No, you don't do that.
Nope. The 24-hour rule of sports betting, take a day off after a big win. Enjoy the win because you never know when you're going to get that next big win. And never bet on teams who are in a bearish cycle. Yeah, try to avoid teams that are bearish cycle. In fact, I'll get to my tip of the day when I talk about the SBI. And in fact, I'll show it to you guys when I do the VPP today in the NBA. All right, the money management system. You can see here away teams and home teams. I talk about A, B, and C type teams. If an A type team is on the road and they're neutral, you can see I got a 4-unit recommendation. When they're at home, they're neutral. It's a 5-unit recommendation. And if you're a $5 better, a $10 better, $25 better, or a $50 better, and that's your beer and pizza money, always remember, now I'm going to do this every day, and it's not to discourage you from betting, because it's just it's a reality check, right? The one thing you want to do in sports betting, and if you're betting on sports every day, you need somebody to have like that reality check, reel you in, or just basically, hey, this just in, it's pretty tough to win at sports betting, right? A $10 beer and pizza money better. So let's say, how long does it take you to go through 20 bets, right? If you're making 20 picks and you got 20 bets and you're a $10 better, how long does it take you? 3 days, 5 days, a week? Just realize that if you're at a $10 better and you're betting beer and pizza money and you hit 40%, you're down $30. If you're a 50-50 gambler right there, you won 50% of your bets, 10 bets you were winners, 10 bets were losers. Believe it or not, you're down $10. Hey, that's where the house makes their money. If you hit 55%, you did all that sweating for $11. And if you're a $60, $10 better and you hit 60%, well, you're up $32. But this is why you got to pick your spots and only bet when you really feel that you got 100% confidence in this selection, right? Hey, as much as we love to have 100% confidence in every pick that we put in, sometimes it's just you're betting in cycles. You're betting into a situational handicapping spot that you cannot control and the team can't control, right? That's probably a good money management tip. And again, this EDD, Everyday Drills, brought to you by your friends right here at ATSstats.com. Don't forget, sign up today. It's only $4.99. You believe that? Hey, you get all the tools in the toolbox right here at ATS. You get my beer and pizza money picks, and it's only $4.99 a week. And hopefully you can sign up today at ATSstats.com. All right, let's time to go and feed the ponies. West Brick is out. Hey, Brent, West Brick is out. West Brick. All right, they're moving to the gate at Keeneland. Yeah, they're off and running today at Keeneland in Kentucky. And you can see here, 1 p.m. post time is the post time at Keeneland. $44,000 starter allowance race, 116 miles on the dirt. And we are going to recommend 536 today at Keeneland in race number 1. The 5-horse, Never Say No, Let's Go. Never Say No, Let's Go. Hey, you don't want to say that 10 times. Never Say No, Let's Go with McKee in the saddle. Tammy Ann, 20-1 morning line on the 3-horse today at Keeneland on Tammy Ann. Canuto in the ride. Passion for Treasure with Tyler Gaffalione. Hey, there's a Gulfstream driver right there, Tyler Gaffalione. Passion for Treasure, 6-5 morning line. And the number 1 horse, Tell Her to Sing, Bijarno in the saddle. Bijarno is, let me see here, 22% his last 100 races. 5-2 morning line on the 1 horse, Tell Her to Sing. But I'm going to go with Gaffalione. I know Tyler Gaffalione, good driver. Number 6 horse, Passion for Treasure. And if you're going to bet that horse today at Keeneland, put 10 to win, 10 to place on the 6. And let's hope he comes in first, because if he does, you get paid twice. He comes in second, you get paid once, which is also nice. And you can bet all the picks today at Keeneland using the rain report, track report right here at ATSstats.com. All right. 1 minute to post time. Enjoy your day at the track if you are going to the track. Hey, nice. Hopefully it's nice and sunny and it's comfortable, right? If you're going to be outside, you want to be nice and comfortable. Brent Vianney says, haha, he needs to stay out. Isaiah Moore, Westbrook needs to play ping pong. When it rains, it pours, right? And the thing is, it's just when you look at that team right now, and it's the chemistry doesn't look well on the bench. Everybody's looking at each other. It's the body language, right? When you look at the Lakers and they're down, it's the body language. And it's just, man, when you look at the Lakers, and let me go to my standings right here. This is, I'm sure LeBron is like, what's going on here, man? Like, how do I get out of La La Land? Look at that, 0-3. The Lakers, the Kings, and the Magic are the only NBA teams without a win so far this year. Hey, Orlando 0-4, Lakers 0-3, Sacramento 0-3. You imagine if they lose tonight? they got to win. It was like Philadelphia, right? Philadelphia got off to a slow start, but they got their win. Like the Lakers are in that same boat. They need to get that W. All right, morning bullpen. Good morning, Lee Clark. Lee Clark is in the house. Hope you're having a good morning, Lee. Hey, Chris McIntosh is in the house. I did my Fat Albert voice for you there, Chris. Wild and Bruins game came through for Gloria K. And let me see here. Not a whole, okay, yeah, so got that. Yeah, so some good games last night. That game in Madison Square Garden between the Rangers and the Colorado, that lived up to the hype, and Georgiev got the win. He was pretty happy after that last save in the shootout. That was like a, hey, remember me type thing. You know, when a goalie comes out like that and he gives you the old fist pump like that, there's a little meaning towards the other side. Maybe not to the players, but maybe upstairs to management, right? But hey, you know what? That's why we love sports, right? It's the stories within the stories, and big win last night for the Avalanche, and hopefully you guys watched that game. All right, let me see here what we got on deck right now. Market watch. So here's you know, I'm looking at the NFL, the college football, NBA, and I'm saying, man, a lot of the underdogs are really cashing in these days. Look at this. In the last 3 days, so if you ever go to the SBI at atsstats.com and you're saying, okay, how can I really read this tip sheet, right? You got to look at the year average in the NBA. 61.3% of the favorites are winning straight up in the NBA, but only covering 50.4, so 11% difference. And but if you look at the 3-day average, look at this, 43.7% compared to 61.3 for the underdogs. So favorites in the NBA right now in a bearish market. And when you look at the NBA games from last night, man, you just got to say to yourself, wow, who saw that coming with the was it the Clipper game, losing to Oklahoma City, right? These things you cannot control. These are what I call cycles that really eventually the underdog will have his day, right? And when you're doing your handicapping, always remember, and here, yeah, I'll get to that in a second, but I wanted to show you guys a tip. Let me go to my, bring up my things, especially last night in the NHL and the hockey. All right, so you look at last night, all right, so you look at Detroit, Washington got the W. New Orleans, right? New Orleans got the win. Dallas was a 5.5 point favorite in the morning. New Orleans gets the W. Two neutral teams, but you know it's still early in the season. LA against Oklahoma, the Thunder got the win right there. They were bearish 9 days prior to that game. And Golden State, Phoenix, man, Golden State never showed up. And this is why I really don't like going against Chris Paul and the Suns, because these guys they compete. They compete really hard. And the thing is, the Suns, they're really. Can you think of a game where they're really never into it? Like, when was the last time the Suns got blown out? Right? Maybe I don't know. Maybe last year in the playoffs. But yeah. Anyway, last night in the NHL. So here's one thing that I noticed, right? And let's go to NHL. Let's take a look at the SBI, the Sports Betting Index for the National Hockey League. And here we are, 62.8% of the favorite. This was at 75, 79% 2 weeks ago. And I said, guys, it's still early. This is going to get down to 60%. I thought maybe in November. We didn't even get to November, and it's already there at 62.8. But look at this, 46.7% of the favorites last 3 days, right? So here's a little tip when you're handicapping. When you're looking at the VPP, and let me go right here, the value and percentage play, and let me use the NHL as the example since we're talking about the NHL. Let me go to the matchups. What you want to look is the value index right here, right? So if you go to the website, go to Tools, Daily VPP, the value and percentage play. What's the one thing we always do as bettors, right? We're always looking if the favorites. We're looking at the favorites. We're looking at you know, the A-type teams, the B-type teams. You know how you handle or you handicap a C-type team? Here's the way I was thinking about this. You know, when we're handicapping, we're always looking at A, B, and teams in the Raymond report, right? We're always handicapping. We bet on A and B type teams, and we don't bet on C type teams unless it's C on C type crime and you're betting beer and pizza money. But when you're doing handicapping, we don't have an A against a C. That's too bad. We got an A against a B. Let me see if the NBA has an A against a C. It'll just give you a better example on the visual. All right, here's a good one. You got Cleveland, an A-type team, neutral 4 days, against Orlando, a C-type team, bearish 10 days. Now, here's the thing. Cleveland's an 8-point favorite. Now, Orlando is bearish for 10 days, where Cleveland, neutral. It's too bad it wasn't bullish, because I think there'd be a lot more value on Orlando. But here's what we do as sports bettors and handicappers, right? We're always looking at the favorites or the A-type team, and we're trying to see what cycle that is. What's one of the most popular words in sports betting? The fade, right? You want to fade the favorites, or you want to maybe to go against the underdog. And the thing is, underdogs who are, let's say, they're underdogs for a reason. They're C-type teams for a reason. But who would you trust more? A C-type team like Orlando, who was bullish, or would you trust them if they were bearish? That's a great question right there, because Orlando, and it's you use the analogy of the stock market, what goes up must come down. Would you rather bet on Orlando when they are bullish or bearish? If they're bullish, that means they're winning, but they're a C-type team. And if they're a C-type team, what does Bill Parcells says all the time? You are what your record says you are. So there's no way C-type teams are going to continue to win forever. And if they do, what happens? Then they become a B-type team, right? And then an A if they keep winning and winning. So what I'm trying to get at here is, whenever you're handicapping an A against a C, take a look at the cycle that the visiting team is in. And if they're bearish, that's a good indicator to say, you know what? I'd rather bet on a team that is bearish than bullish if they're a C-type team, because if they're bullish, that means eventually the luck's going to run out, because they're a C-type team, and the bookmaker knows that. The the market psychology will be all over it, and this is one thing I would look at. And when I look at last night in the NHL, you had New Jersey beat Detroit, an A against a B. The B-type team won on neutral. You had two C-type teams. You had Columbus and Arizona. Arizona was a bearish team 5 days against a neutral, but keep in mind, a C-type team in Columbus, right? And here's a good example. Montreal, a B-type team against Minnesota, and all day I was like, why is Minnesota favored minus 180? And, and I was, probably hook, line, and sinker in this one like everybody else. I look at Montreal, neutral against Minnesota, bearish 12 days. That's not going to continue forever, right? So when you think of value, that's where the value lies. Look at the C-type teams who are playing the A's and B's, and maybe monitor. I don't want to say do it today and bet it. Maybe it's something you want to monitor and just handicap and keep track and records of how A's and B-type teams do against C-type teams that are bearish. Because when you think of value, I think that's where you're going to get most of your value. All right, I want to show you guys that. It was just something I was thinking about this morning. I said, you know what? I got to bring it to the show today. And just put it out there. Put it out there, because all of us is stronger than one of us. And when we all put our minds together collectively, we can get some good information. And, gets the hamster rolling, right? So right now, people are sitting there going, you know what? The hamster's starting to roll, right? So we start thinking. And this is why when you follow the Raymond Report system, A, B, and C-type teams, bearish, neutral, and bullish teams, it makes a lot of sense when you think about it, right? Because when you're betting into sports betting, you're betting into numbers. You're betting into numbers, you're betting into cycles, and again, like Bill Parcells says, you are what your record says you are. Teams can't win forever, teams can't lose forever. You just got to find the caramel secret, and that is when they're basically in a neutral state, right? In a neutral cycle. All right, let me see here. Wild, still talented team, but I don't. What is wrong with them? Yeah, you know what? Fleury last night in his home province. That's a big. That was a big win for him to really get get him going, right? Because he was having a tough go with that 5 goals average. It takes a village, coach. Yeah, we appreciate you. I appreciate you, Juice Box. John X, a bullish underdog at home versus C bearish, favorite away. Miami versus Portland. Who are you picking on this one? Yep. Hey, there you go. See what I mean? And again, I don't want you guys to just go out there and start spending your mortgage on these things. Let's just track this for the next couple of days. But here's the thing. Small cycles, big cycles, right? Think of macro and micro economics, right? It's in the whole scale of things, the league. This is where we track from a macro environment, and then the teams, that's the micro environment, right? So we just got to look what the league is in right now. And right now, the league and a 3-day average. And here's my biggest dilemma when I'm doing handicapping. I'm trying to gauge what should I really gauge the macro environment from? Should I gauge it from a 3-day, 7-day, a month? That's to me, that's one of the toughest things to gauge the macro environment of the leagues, right? But if I look at the NBA, is this the NBA right now? Yeah, NHL, sorry. The NHL, you can see right here, 53.3% of the dogs winning last 3 days, 46.7% for the favorites. But I got a feeling that obviously there'll be a reversal at one point. But what's the gauge that we look at? 3 days, 7 days? It's tough. It really is tough. All right, let's take a look at the NBA, and let's take a look at that situation right here, the 43.7. But this is straight up, not the against the point spread. And this is it too, right? You got NHL, Major League Baseball, money line sports, and then you got NBA, NFL, college football, CFL, point spread sports. So apples and oranges. It really is apples and oranges when it comes down to that mindset, right? 3-day average, underdogs 61.3, favorites 43.7. So keep an eye out tonight. As you can see right now, it's almost like the NFL. The NFL has become unpredictable this year, but that's what the books want. That's what the league wants. Nobody wants the favorites to win all the time, especially the owners, the sports books, because if the favorites win all the time, like Ross said last week, right? When the dogs and unders are coming in, books are smiling like a butcher's dog because they know they're making money. When the favorites and overs come in, books are not happy because the public is winning, because that's the way the public thinks, right? Morning, Coach. Quentin Johnson's in the house. How about them Jets? Yeah, how about the Jets? Jets, Jets. Been very disciplined, not betting NBA till the very first. More winners than losers. Yeah, you know what? I didn't have a premium pick on the NBA NHL last night. I just didn't like this cycle right here. And when I talk about beer and pizza money and I talk about premium picks, this plays a major role when I give a premium pick. When we're in a neutral market like this, and all the underdogs, I'm mostly a favorite bettor. This is not a good time to bet favorites when we're in a neutral market, right? I'd prefer getting into a bullish market, but NBA, NFL, man, from a point spread, hey, San Antonio, who predicted San Antonio would be this good this early, right? Nobody. All right, let's get to the NBA, the VPP, the value and percentage play. And let's take a look at Orlando against Cleveland. 92.3% chance of winning tonight on Cleveland. I got a forecast of 114 to 103. A 25% chance of winning here on Orlando compared to 92.3 for the Cavaliers. But keep in mind, right, what's the environment we're in right now in the NBA? And the NBA, 46.7, 55.7 3-day average, neutral market. So and this will probably be a good way, like I said earlier, right? An A versus a C, and if the C type team's in a bearish cycle, and they've been bearish, it's not like 1 day, 2 days, it's 10 days. This eventually, these guys got to start winning, right? So I think Orlando point spread might be worth a look, but you know the rules. I don't bet on C-type teams. You got another A against the C right here. You got Atlanta -7, Detroit 228.5, 64.7% chance of winning here on the Hawks. 23.1 for the Pistons. I got a 116-110 victory for Atlanta, and you can see Atlanta 2-1 on the season and 0-1 on the road, right? 2-1 at home. And let's go. First road game for Atlanta. All right. Then you got a team, Detroit, who's bearish 0 days. So just turned bearish, right? So I don't know if you want to wait on this one. Atlanta, we got 110, 116. We got them winning by 6. So that's my rule, right? I don't lay points. Brooklyn taking on Milwaukee. Man, this is an interesting matchup right here, right? You got the Brooklyn Nets, a 4-point road underdog. Milwaukee playing tonight, a 4-point favorite, 63.6% chance of winning. And looking at the let me see here, looking at the percentage play, 63. Bullish 6 days, neutral 5 days. So you got a team that's neutral. And I think we're a little messed up here. Let me see. I thought Milwaukee played a couple of games here. It's only showing one game. I think I got to regenerate some stats here. Let me go to the REM report. I don't think our VPP is accurate right here. Let me see here. Let's go to Milwaukee. And 2-0. And here it's showing what? Milwaukee 1-0. Yeah, so I got to regenerate this out. Let me do a quick generation of the stats here. Hopefully it kicks in. So let me do this. And while I do that, I'll just go and do the I'll do something here. Let me see. Go like this. Let me do the NHL first. I'll do the NHL. I'll come back to the NBA. I want to use the VPP for the NBA, but for the NHL, I'll use the computer picks. All right, let's go to NHL computer picks, and let's take a look at that. And hopefully that will be regenerated. If not, I'll just use the computer picks for the other segment. Let me see. All right, Rangers against the Islanders. That's this is a tough spot for the Rangers. Rangers have not looked good. They're on a 3-game losing streak, and that was a tough game last night. Now they played, the Stanley Cup champions at home. They lost 3-2 in a shootout, and now they got to play their cross rival, opponent, right? The New York Islanders. These are always emotional games, and the Islander fans are going to be pumped tonight. They got the Rangers on a 3-game losing streak. And let me see what probably the starting goalie tonight for the Rangers. I don't know if Galant's going to go with Shesterkin in a back-to-back game situation. And looking at probably Halak. You'll probably see Halak here today. I agree. I got to lean with the Islanders. I know Isaiah says right there, lean Islanders. I tend to agree with him. I think the Islanders, minus 110, great price on the Islanders. 70.8% chance of winning. But they're also on a 3-game losing streak, right? So misery loves company. They're going to meet tonight at the, I don't know what the name of the arena is there in New York. But it's not the Nassau Coliseum unless it's the new Nassau, but I don't know what the new name is. Edmonton taking on the St. Louis Blues. That's going to be a great matchup here today. A little payback for the Edmonton Oilers. They got skunked by Saturday afternoon against St. Louis. 2-0 was the final. Edmonton a 120 favorite, but they got their revenge 2 nights ago against Pittsburgh. 6-3 was the final. And St. Louis losing their last game 4-0 against Winnipeg. And we do like the percentage play favoring Edmonton in this one. 65.8%, 59.9% for St. Louis. I wonder if this will be a game like it was on Saturday afternoon. And Jack Campbell against Jordan Binnington. Hey, Jordy Binnington probably in nets here today for the Blues again. Going to be another one. Another good game here for the Oilers and the Blues. This is a tough one. Hey, do you go with the law of average theory and you go with Edmonton? But Edmonton had trouble scoring. Hey, they kept McDavid at bay the other night. I don't know. I think I got to lean St. Louis, but the percentage play is pretty good, 59.9, and you're getting dog money. So that's a good one there. I think I might lean with St. Louis in that one. Tampa Bay taking on Anaheim. You got the Lightning coming off a 4-2 loss last night. Tampa Bay doesn't look right. Hey, they don't look right. Now, I know they got a couple of wins there last week. They're still 3-4 in a year. And I don't know if the Stanley Cup hangover, but not winning it, but playing late into July. I think Tampa Bay, they look like a tired team to start the season in October. Anaheim, yeah, they're going through a rough patch here. Just what the doctor ordered for the Lightning, a game at the Duck Pond with the Ducks. And we do like Tampa Bay tonight at 54.8%, minus 165. And that's because they're struggling, right?
Struggling.
Yeah, if they were like, 5-2 or maybe even 4-3, this would be probably a little bit higher. But 165 on the road against Anaheim. Yeah, I do like Tampa Bay. If you can't beat Anaheim, a 1-5 teams on a 5-game losing streak, and they lost 5-1 in Detroit last game, then yeah, you probably got to go back to your American Hockey League affiliate to maybe do some call-ups, right? All right, let me see if the NBA here is fixed. Let me go to NBA, and let me see if this is. If not, then I'll just use the computer picks. No, it's not. How come you see it's showing 2-0 right here, but 1-0 right there? That's not good. All right, let me see here. I'll just wait to that. All right, I'll use the computer picks. I'll just use computers today. I still have the information, but I like the flow of the VPP. I'll take a look at it after the show. All right, Cleveland against Orlando. -8 is the line. Now it's -8 now. 217. I do like Orlando getting the points here, but again, C-type team. We got the Hawks winning by 6, 116 to 110. 227 is the total. You got the Hawks 2-1 on the year, and looking at their ATS record, 1-1-1. So they got a push in there. And the Pistons on a 3-game losing streak. Yeah, it's gonna be another tough year for the Pistons. Brooklyn taking on Milwaukee. Milwaukee 2-0 to start the year, and Brooklyn 1-2. I got a 36.8% chance of winning here on Brooklyn, 63.6 for the Bucks. So I do like Milwaukee in this one. And you know what? Yeah, I think I will take the money line on the Bucks here tonight. Charlotte taking on the New York Knicks. Knicks coming off a 115-102 victory over Orlando in their last contest. And I do have the 19% chance on the Kogo. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. New York on a 2-game win streak. They've covered the last 3, while the Hornets' last 3 games have gone over the total. And they're coming in rested. They're on a 2-day rest. So this is going to be a good game here. A neutral against a neutral. So this is going to be a good game here today. I won't lay 7.5. I do like New York, but I don't know if I'm not going to lay 7.5. If I play this one, I think it'd be the total. Kogo's very high, so I think I'd lean. The Kogo's very low, so I think I would lean towards the under in this one tonight at Madison Square Gardens. All right, did you wake up with the Tampa Bay hangover? Says Juicebox. 1-1, 1 away for the Bucks. Thanks, Jukebox. Like Pistons too, been keeping them notes on them. I like them too, but I don't like their factor of C-type team. You know, when you expect bad teams to just like even see, this is how the gambler thinks. Oh, I know they're not going to win. I just need them to cover. Well, that's not good too. You know, if you're going to take a dog, you want to have that dog you want to hope that it wins too, right? You want the dog to win and cover. But it's just, how do you handicap 10 seconds left in the game, right? Percentage play. And what's the percentage play I said in that game? Detroit, it was 23% chance of winning. Not good. And yeah, that's a tough one. All right, game of the night will be in the Scotiabank Arena between the Raptors and the Sixers. Now, Toronto played 2 against Miami. They got the split at the American Airlines, or was it Crypto.com Arena, or FTX Arena. All these arenas now, you can't even keep track of all the names. Toronto, a 1-point underdog tonight against the Sixers. Sixers 1-3 on the year. You got a C bearish against B neutral. Here's a good example, right? A B neutral against a C bearish type team. The one thing with the Raptors though, they never quit. They can be down by, you saw it against Miami, down by 20. Or was it Miami or the game before that? They were down by 24 points, and they almost came back and won it. I think it was Miami. I can't remember. The game before, here, let me go check. There was one game that they played. It was like, wow, I can't believe like they came back and made a game out of it. Let me see, because I was on the other team too. I think it was Miami. I think it was Miami. Where's the Raptors? Here we go. And while I'm there, I'll look at the rain report, and I'll take a look at the, let me see here. The Heat, Brooklyn. No, it wasn't Brooklyn. The Heat, Cavaliers. No, that was the home opener. Then Brooklyn. Yeah, it was the Heat. It was the Heat. They were down by 24 points, and they came back and made it a game. Now, Philadelphia, 4-6 straight up in their last 10 trips to Scotiabank Arena. 4-6 against the number. 3-7 to the under. So, for some reason, when Philadelphia, last 10, when they go play the Raptors, 70% of the games have gone under. C bearish type team, and you know one of the rules, right? Don't bet on C bearish type teams. But keep an eye. This is the homework part, right? You got to be neutral against a C bearish. Let's do, let's keep an eye on those indicators, and let's see how this one plays out. And again, when you make a pick, you want to have confidence in that pick, right? And one of my rules, I don't like betting on bearish type teams, but what did I say yesterday, right? In the sports betting world, you got to learn to adjust on the fly. And we'll see if this is an adjustment that we tweak with our system, right? All right, so I do have 109-105 favoring Philadelphia. The over-under at 214.9. 76.9% chance of winning here on Philly. Interesting. San Antonio taking on Minnesota. Now, a lot of back-to-back games. Look at this. Another, because last game they played was against Minnesota, 115-106, and then Minnesota had a game between San Antonio. They played San Antonio. Wait a minute. San Antonio. Okay, yeah, no, it is a back-to-back game. There you go. A little confused here. All right, 120-110 is the final. 231.4 is the total. So we do have this game going under the total just a bit. But again, a lot of back-to-back games that I'm seeing, right? San Antonio on a 3-game win streak, 3-1 in the year, 2-2 against the point spread. Strength of schedule last couple of games, well, since the start of the year. They're playing their winning percentage of the opponents they played, 41.6% compared to 50% for Minnesota. And the thing is, Minnesota getting all these acquisitions in the offseason, it takes time. It takes time for the chemistry, and you can get all these big names like you want, but sometimes it's like the piece of the puzzle. Sometimes it doesn't fit, right? And looking at the lineup tonight for the T-Wolves, okay, you got D'Angelo Russell, Edwards, McDaniels, Towns, Rudy Gobert. All right, so we'll see how Gobert fares out in Minnesota, but tonight we do have an 80.9% chance of winning on Minnesota. I'm not laying 9 points. Bullish. So this year, that, we're talking about those indicators we're talking about. Maybe this is a game you want to take. You don't want to bet the Spurs. Eventually, this will catch up to them. Pacers taking on the Bulls. You got Chicago -8, 232.5 is the total, and I do have Chicago winning by 6, 118-112. Pacers took it on the chin, I believe it was 2 nights ago against the Sixers. 120-106 was the final, and we do have Chicago winning this game at 63.6% chance of winning compared to 33.3 for the Pacers. Pacers 1-3 on the year, straight up and against the number. Chicago 2-2 and 2-1-1 against the point spread. So we do like Chicago here today, but I'm not laying 8 points. Houston taking on the Utah Jazz. The Jazz 6-point favorite tonight against the Rockets. Rockets C bearish against A bullish. There's the opposite of the scopes, right? You got the A bullish, that's the top you can go in the Raymond report, and then you go to the bottom, right? The C bearish. A lot of people are going to be on Utah here tonight. I think +6 is something you might want to consider, but you only got a 30% chance. And remember, if you watch the Raymond report, this has to be 40% for me to really take a look at it, right? So we'll keep an eye out on that indicator for tomorrow. Lakers taking on the Denver Nuggets. Denver got blown out in their last game against Portland. That was 2 nights ago. That was on Monday? 135-110 was the final, and the Lakers losing to the same Portland team, 106-104. So when you look at that score, right? But the thing is, you can't really look at that score because Portland was on the road. Portland was at home the last game against Denver. Different situation, situational handicapping, different atmosphere. It's all different. Tonight you got Denver -6, and we do have them winning by 8, 118-110. The over/under at 228.3. And a 69.8% chance of winning here for the Denver Nuggets. And that's a big percentage play right there. But does Denver bounce back? I like Denver. I don't think I'm going to lay 6. C bearish, B neutral, right? There's that C bearish again. Bottom of the food chain when it comes to the cycles. And Miami taking on Portland. That'll be a good game in Portland tonight at the Moda Center. You got -1, 221.5 is the total. And we do have the look at that, we got a tie almost. 110.5 for Portland, 110.2 for the Miami Heat, 220.8. So we do like it to go under the total. And you look at the percentage play, wow, 54.5, 55.6. Now, Portland playing really good, 4-0 to start the year, and Damian Lillard looks like he's on a mission. Hey, it looks like, did you see that when Damian Lillard made that big 3-pointer? He looked at the crowd, he goes, time to go home. Hey, time to go home. Time to mail it in. Miami 1-3. When was the last time the Miami Heat started 1-3? I do like Portland here today, but here's the thing: is this a head fake by the bookmakers? Is the right team favored in this one? Should this be -1 over here? Who knows? Who knows, right? This reminds me of the Minnesota-Montreal game last night. All right, there you have it. That is the Raymond Report for a wacky Wednesday. It is wacky today, eh?
Straight cash, homie.
Yeah, let's hope we get that straight cash here today. And let me see what you guys are saying right now. Did you wake up with Anaheim averaging 26 shots for and 41.2 against per game? Wow, Scott says. Not showing any signs of offense or defense. Tampa Bay 3-4 on the season with Anaheim and San Jose up on deck, right? Yeah, good winnable games, right? 2 cupcake games for the Bolts. Yeah, they should win those games. I do like Tampa Bay, especially if Vazzy plays, right? If Vazzy plays tonight, I will be on the Lightning for sure. All right, Pele J says, sweet. Lakers can't put up 110 or under. Might be sweet. Walking Spotted Bear. Hey, Walking Spotted Bear. I haven't seen you in a while. Payback time for the T-Wolves tonight. Vassell is doubtful. I'm laying the 9 and maybe more at alternate spread. I don't know about the 9. That's just the Moves Spurs won by the other night. Love the Nets tonight, says Tiger 510. Tiger 510 loves the really, you like the Brooklyn Nets plus 3.5, right? Interesting. -4. You know what? Is this a game where it's won in the last possession, right? You ever watch those games, it's just, then you get into the foul. Okay, you're up by 3, we got to foul them, get the ball, 10 seconds, you're starting doing the math. You ever do those games where you're sitting there, okay, if they foul him here and he misses this throw, okay, we get the spread. Hey, you ever do that? You sit there and you're watching the game, okay, we get the foul, he misses the free throw, he can't miss. We need that, it's just, this is why I say, you can't handicap the last 10 seconds of an NBA game. You either take the money line on the favorite or you take the underdog. That's the way you don't sweat it out, right? And when you look at the SBI, and I'll say it all the time, right? If I go to the SBI and I say, guys, why would you bet the favorites on the money or on the point spread, right? And when you look at this, if you look at the last, let me see here. 43.7%, only covering 39 the last 3 days, 61.3 on the year, 50.4. It's even worse in college football. But yeah, anyways. All right, let's get to the
we talking about practice.
80% club.
Not a game. We talking about practice. Practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
Yeah, how silly is the 80% club stats? And let's take a look here. What's the top stats today at the website? And again, don't forget, you can get all the tools in the toolbox for only $4.99. And when you are a member of the bullpen, you see there Gloria Kay's got a star, Brent Vianney's got a star beside their name. Anytime you do that, then you could let me see here. You get the picks into the section. All right, let me see here. I'm 10-0 last. All right. Hey, Tiger 10. Why are you so mad? Hey, don't get mad. Tiger 510. Just sit down, have a coffee, enjoy the show, and don't hate the player, right? Don't hate the player. All right, the Cavaliers 17-1 as a 7-9.5 point home favorite, coming off a home win as a favorite the last 7 years. That's pretty good right there. The Atlanta Hawks 14-1 as a 7-9.5 away favorite, coming off a loss since 1996. That's a pretty good one right there. The Hawks 14-1 as a 7-9.5 away favorite, coming off a loss since 96. Miami Heat 13-1 as a road team, coming off a home loss as a favorite the last 4 years. Wow, there's your mic drop off right there. The Miami Heat are 13-1 as an away team, coming off a home loss as a favorite the last 4 years. That's pretty good. And that's probably our mic drop off right there. Let me see, there's another good one. The Spurs. I don't know if I want to go to the well one more time with San Antonio, even though I love Pops. The Spurs 10-1 against the point spread as a 7.5 away underdog, coming off a win the last 3 years. And there's your mic drop for NBA. All right, thanks for the rain report. I stayed away from Vegas nights last night. Thank you. Yeah, you know what? So did I. I didn't bet any premium picks last night. I just, again, cycles, right? And when the underdogs are coming in like that, and the thing is, you have to have a sixth sense in sports betting, right? Sometimes there's no blueprint on analytics, situational handicapping. Sometimes you got to listen to your I don't know, your sports gut or your conscience or your the gambling gods. You got to have a sixth sense of saying, you know what? I'm not feeling it. I think this is a good day to sit out. When in doubt, sit out. And I always say it on this show. Sometimes the best pick you make is the one you don't make, right? So don't ever force a pick because you need action on a game. That's, one of the golden rules we always talk about, right? All right, let's take a look at the old 80% club. I was looking at this for the NHL this morning, and I do have some great stats here for NHL tonight. And even though there's not a lot of games, but I'm going to show you some of the stats. And Anaheim's at home during the month of October on 2 days rest, and they scored 1 or less goals, 4 in the last game, which I think was Scott was talking about. I think it was Scott. I want to give the right credit to the person who said that. Yeah, it was Scott. Look at the under, 9-2 to the under. So Tampa Bay, Anaheim, maybe under tonight. St. Louis puck line. Look at this. Anytime the Blues are a home underdog after a division game, and they allowed 4 goals against in their last game, 4-1 loss to Winnipeg. 13-2 on the puck line. And let me see here. Is there a walk-off? Since Scott liked Tampa Bay, let's go with that. Anytime the Lightning are a road team before a non-division game, coming off a Western Conference opponent, and that game went under the total and they lost, they are 10-2 straight up in their next game. They're also at the road. Anytime Tampa Bay is on the road last 3 years, coming off an under, and they scored exactly 2 goals for last game. 12-3 straight up in their next contest. And if you're a Ranger fan, you want to block your ears right now because you don't want to hear this. Anytime the Islanders are at home before a division game, total is 6. They scored 2 or less goals for. They are 12-3 straight up in their next game.
We talking about practice.
80% Club. And that is your 80% Club stat of the day, courtesy of your friends right here at atsstats.com. All right, why so serious, Tigers 10? Yeah, why? Hey, Tiger 10. Hey, like I said, sit down, have a coffee, have a pop, have a water bottle or whatever. Hey, it's too early to be drinking at 10:19 in the morning unless you're in Portugal or somewhere, and just enjoy the show. Hey, just chill, be in chill mode, and enjoy the show, enjoy the good company, and yeah, just don't be a hater. Right? Just don't be a hater. All right, that's the show here today for a...
These are the ABCs of me, baby!
Yeah, these are the ABCs of me, baby. Hey, always be closing. Hey, what's that? The golden rule? Don't have that. Where's that? Hey, where did I have that? Yeah.
A, B, C. A, always, B, B, C, closing. Always be closing. Always be closing.
All right, always be closing those winning tickets. And today was a wacky Wednesday. I got off to a slow start this morning.
Struggling.
Yeah, I was struggling this morning. If you missed the live show, I kind of stumbled out of the gate. But you know what? Just like the Kentucky Derby, when I hit that 3/4 pole, I brought her home, baby. I brought her home.
Straight cash,
yeah, I brought the straight cash today. All right, enjoy your rest of your day. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back here on a full Friday, which I call a Thirsty Thursday. Have a good one.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Joe owned the Chiefs.
Owns. I don't know.
Struggling.
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Straight cash, homie.
Holy cow!
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here?
Woo! If you smell what the rock is cooking.
That's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.
Yeah, baby.